Hello, I'm Adam at TartyBikes and welcome to our rim grinding tutorial. So we're outside for this one because rim grinding is generally quite messy, quite noisy and can also be a bit smelly if you've got an anodised rim or a painted rim. Try and do it in daylight hours or at least not too late. If you're grinding really late, it might annoy your neighbours. So we've got a fresh wheel here, the blue coating on the sidewall, so hopefully you can see that coming off and the grind coming onto the rim. A couple of things you'll also need: a set of goggles and hopefully some ear defenders as well. We always use these every time we grind a rim just to make sure we're nice and safe. So we've got here a normal handheld angle grinder. We keep the handle on so you've got a bit more control over it, and you have the guard facing you so all the shavings go away from you. Now, the first thing to do is make sure you put plenty of pressure on the wheel to keep it in place. I usually kneel on the spokes, and then this part of the rim that you're going to grind pops up nicely. You can adjust the angle of the grinder to give you different grinds. Generally we find that a flat one gives a nice light grind, and if you go a bit steeper with a bit more pressure, that'll give you a deep grind. Again, the age of the disc makes a difference. If you've got a brand new disc with a really sharp corner, it'll really bite into the rim and give you a nice sharp grind. But it's not to say that you can't get a nice grind with an older disc. If you look closely at the disc, you can see at some points are sharper than others and more pronounced, so you can adjust the angle of the grinder during grinding to get the best part of the disc. So generally, I work sort of in front of me, coming around this way, and always grind going one direction. If you go two ways, it smooths off what you've just done and also takes more material off the rim than you need. So you pick the grinder up, brush backwards, pick it up again, brush backwards, and so on, and just work your way around the rim till you've completed it. If you're regrinding a rim that's been ground before, start at either the join or the valve hole, and then you can work back to the same point without extra grinding. So let's give it a go. Okay, so that's how we grind a rim. Obviously you do both sides all the way around, and then you've got a nice fresh grind with really good brake performance. A couple of little things to mention: if you get really confident with your grinding and you're very careful, you can actually grind with the tyre still on. This means you don't get any crud and grime from your tyre, your tube and your hands on your fresh grind when you refit the tyre. All you do is pull the tyre out the way, get a friend to help you, tape it out the way, you can grind with the tyre on and then slot the wheel straight back in the bike. The second thing to mention is that the grinding disc you use doesn't actually make too much difference. We've got a full array of discs here: metal grinding, stone grinding, metal cutting and also stone cutting. We find that stone cutting discs are generally the best and they don't tend to clog as much as the metal grinding discs. So I hope that helps you out. If you've got any more questions, just give us a call.